This video is in no way promoted by Xiaomi or any of their colleagues, and each and every point that I mention in this video is completely and solely mine.
Hey guys, my name is Shubham Kejriwal and today I will be talking to you guys about the Xiaomi Mi 4i which I have over here, and I know that it is a really old smartphone and it was launched at like 2015's July month or something like that. So it's almost about 1.5 years since the launch of the smartphone, and that is the exact reason for why we are talking about this smartphone right now. This smartphone, according to me, and spoiler alert is what I'm giving you, is one of the best smartphones which you can actually buy in even today's date. 2016 December 24, I'm saying this is one of the best smartphone which you can buy under the price tag of around 12,000 Indian rupees, under some circumstances of course. So in this video, that is exactly what we are talking about. We are talking about the smartphones, all of its pros and cons in today's date scenario, and how it has improved from when it was launched, and how it has all the heating issues and stuff like that, and why I call this one of the best smartphones even now in 2016's end. Let's go ahead and take a look at this smartphone's complete inside out and why I feel about this smartphone being one of the best smartphone, and I already said that phrase about 5 to 6 times already. So we should just get started with this video before I say that once more. And yeah, that's basically it for this intro, and let's get started with this video about this awesome looking smartphone and awesome feeling smartphone right now. Let's get started.
First of all, let us talk about the sustainability and durability of this smartphone. So right now, even after using this device for well over a complete year, I can say that the Mi 4i has maintained its looks and physique like a freaking boss. The smartphone, even as of now, is in pretty nice shape, and even though it is having white color to its back, it still has literally zero smudges or marks. You might wonder how that became possible, so to clear that up, I would like to mention that the Mi 4i comes with a polycarbonate back. So of course, the matte finish that the polycarbonate provides to the smartphone makes it look super premium and also feels very nice. But another very important job that the polycarbonate back does to the smartphone is the fact that it prevents it from any smudges or ink marks or anything like that. Even when you get some dirty hands and just put them all over your Mi 4i, the smudges won't stick to the back frame and thus would be easily wipeable. Well, at least for whatever things I have used over the back turned out to satisfy this property of polycarbonate, and thus I was able to easily get everything away from the back. But you know, I'm not guaranteeing that each and everything that you spill or write on your smartphone will go unnoticed. And well, comparing to smartphones that we have today in the market around the same price point like the Xiaomi 2 or the Xiaomi's own Redmi Note 3, I am pretty bored to see the same design structure of each and every smartphone. A camera in the center, flash and fingerprint scanner below it, and a full metal body. It's almost the same for each and every other smartphone these days. So with the polycarbonate back and the slightly changed camera placement, I would say that the Mi 4i would definitely stand out in the crowd. Another thing about the Mi 4i which impressed me a lot was the fact that both of the volume and the power button maintained their tactility throughout the days of my usage. The device feels amazing in the hand, as I already told, and the fact that the button feels so tactile and premium even after so many months of usage tells how much Xiaomi put up as an effort to ensure the button tactility. This was a major sustainability problem with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G, which was a pathetic device when compared on the basis of button tactility. And you most probably, even as a Redmi Note 4G owner, would agree with me that after some time, the button started to feel more and more damped out. For me and for two more of my friends who had the Redmi Note 4G, the power button as well as the volume down button almost stopped responding at all, and that was very disappointing. I guess Xiaomi learned from their mistakes, and thus the Mi 4i is an absolute charm in the button tactility section. Now talking about the front of the device, I personally put on a screen guard on the second day or most probably the third day after I bought the device, so I just cannot comment on how durable the display is. But yeah, it looks gorgeous for sure. The main display panel sits in with the front panel of the device so perfectly that you would fail to distinguish between the both of them if the display is turned off. This makes the front look absolutely beautiful and gives the device a look which many of the other devices in the same or even slightly more price range fail to provide. So yeah, definitely the overall looks and sustainability of the Mi 4i even after about being 15 months old are pretty impressive. Now let's talk about MIUI, which is Xiaomi's custom software. So one place where Xiaomi has been very famous, at least here in India, is regarding its custom UI based on top of Android, which is known as MIUI, as I already told. The skin provides lot of customizability options for the smartphone and thus provide an overall better experience to the user when compared to stock Android. But this comes with some sacrifices too. The UI is very heavy, and the Mi 4i with an average processor and not so great RAM struggles to keep itself running buttery smooth. I mean, yeah, it isn't that the device takes ages to load up applications or anything like that, but still it is not as fluid as you might expect. The overall UI, after constantly installing and uninstalling application within the span of more than a year now, the device definitely has drained out of its efficiency, and this might be one of the most fragile parts of the Mi 4i whilst we take a look at it after such a long time. Moreover, when the device was launched back in July 2015, it came with Android Lollipop version 5.0.1. Now, after such a long time, it runs on Android version 5.0.2. Well, it is still significant for a company like Xiaomi though, which gives Android upgrades by literally making their consumers crave till the very end. So you know what I mean. Talking about the camera of the Mi 4i, physically I don't see much scratches around the back or the front camera sensors. They are in good shape overall. The camera application has changed UI with accordance to the time when it was launched, and now the camera application is more simple but has almost the same functionalities. If you ask me, I would say that the device has definitely improved on the overall camera quality from the time when it was launched. The pictures look much more natural than when I first got this device. This is the thing with Xiaomi. They release a smartphone with an average quality camera and then work upon it to make it better with time. And I can say that the Mi 4i definitely has one of the best cameras under this much budget. Not only does it provide good quality images and videos, but additionally it has a lot of functionalities like the features that we get in many flagship smartphones, like a complete manual mode or tap to focus functionality that we saw with Samsung flagships. They are present over here and work pretty nicely. The manual mode specifically has quite a few options to select from, and thus you can have that almost perfect shot according to what you want it to be like. Well, yeah, there is some competition for this smartphone in the same price point on the basis of camera, like the Asus Zenfone 2 Laser, but here we are talking about an overall feasible smartphone. And by the way, the smartphones like Zenfone 2 Laser are meant to be centered to just one important area, like the camera in this case. It surely won't be that great in other areas with comparison to the Mi 4i, and well, you can trust me because I have used both of these smartphones. Now let us talk about another very important aspect of the Mi 4i, its performance. The device comes with Snapdragon 615 second generation processor and 2GB RAM along with 16GB of internal non-expandable storage. And well, yeah, just by taking a look at the specifications, one can say that the Mi 4i is not a gamer's smartphone. Yeah, in case you like to play games casually and don't keep many applications running in the background, the Mi 4i can do a decent job. But don't expect it to not give any hiccups while playing the intensive titles like Nova 3 or Asphalt 8. One place though where I found the company improving in terms of performance is regarding the heating issue of the device. When the Mi 4i was launched in July 2015, the processor Snapdragon 615 was already taking a beating because of all the heating issues around it. The company in the launch event mentioned how they had worked upon the heating issue and developed a second generation to the 615 processor which would not heat even under heavy gaming circumstances. And well, every part of that explanation was a complete bummer because the device heated, and it heated like a crazy ball of fire. Other YouTubers showed the device going at temperatures well over 50 freaking degrees Celsius, which was definitely a punch right in the company's face for saying that it was the second generation. All of the problems with the first generation were repeated over here, and nothing was great about the Mi 4i's changed processor. Well, with time the company tried to decrease the heating obviously, and now we have as a result a smartphone which doesn't actually heat at all. The Mi 4i surely doesn't heat at all for me now, even after I played the most intensive of the titles like the Asphalt 8 or Nova 3. The performance didn't degrade as much either, so it was definitely a job well done by Xiaomi in case of performance management and heat reduction. While that might help in daily usage scenarios, I would still highly deny you from considering this smartphone as a gaming smartphone because there are other factors too. Consider the storage. The device has just 16GB of internal storage, and well, out of that you get about 11GB free on the first usage, and that too isn't expandable. That's crazy low storage for a gamer in particular, and thus I'd just say forget about it. Finally, talking about the battery on the Mi 4i, it has a 3120 mAh battery which is capable of lasting a complete day on moderate usage. Well, the company's own latest offering here in India, the Redmi Note 3, has a pretty amazing battery life, and no one can beat that smartphone for sure under this price point. But considering that the Mi 4i is just about 7mm thick, the company can be appreciated. The battery life isn't bad either. It can easily last you throughout a day on moderate usage, but you might want to charge your phone till the end of the day if it had been a hectic day for your device. So well, merging everything that I said about the Mi 4i in a few sentences, I would say that it actually impressed me honestly. how it maintains almost a perfect build even after such a long time, and how the things which should have degraded like the camera or the overall performance have actually improved and have turned out to be better for the smartphone. They all were pretty impressive points about it. The other aspects too, the speaker, the gorgeous display and the USB port, they showed no signs of degradation even after so many months of usage. That is almost unbelievable for me. I mean, I cannot even think that I would be making a video like this about the Redmi Note 3 or the Cooler 2 saying how they have maintained their shape and form after a long time, because under my observations they are already taking a beating, and that definitely is not what you want from an investment like a smartphone. So while you might say that the Mi 4i is an old smartphone and doesn't have a fingerprint scanner, I'd say give it a try. You won't be disappointed, and if a smartphone can impress me, trust me guys, it can impress a lot of you peeps too. The Mi 4i is overall a really impressive smartphone, and I hope that such smartphones with such amazing sustainability would keep manufacturing under one OEM or the other, so that I would keep making such videos.
And yeah, that is basically it for what I wanted to tell you guys about the smartphone. Hopefully I mentioned some really important facts to you, and hopefully you found them considerable and significant enough to consider this smartphone as a buying option too. So I haven't made the original content as of now, and I have just done the intro and the outro as of now. But yeah, I am pretty sure that I mentioned some really important and some really interesting facts about the smartphone, which actually make the smartphone one of the most worth smartphones of 2016 and early 2017 maybe. So yeah, that is basically it for what I wanted to mention about the smartphone. And in case you enjoyed watching this video, do hit that thumbs up button and also share this video with anyone who might be concerned about this video and who might be thinking about buying a smartphone under a budget in 2017. And yeah, that is basically it. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay updated to whatever I post next. And yeah, that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next video, where I would be most probably talking about some other smartphone, random smartphone, or some other UI, I don't know. Whatever, I will be talking about something technology, and that's what should be considerate to you. That being basically it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shubham Kejriwal, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.